Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how to do stage 4 of Veteran Maelstrom Arena. Now the most dangerous part of this stage is probably the sentries, which I'll show you when they start to appear. But other than that, it's really just clearing mobs and keeping track of the ranged mobs, because again, like in the rest of Maelstrom Arena, the ranged mobs are the most dangerous. So here you're going to start to see sentries. On the other side of this central pillar there's a sentry locking in. Basically you want to kill them before they manage to settle down and get their shields up like that one just did. Here's another one coming. So basically you want to just kill them as soon as they spawn if you can see them. And if you can't, then just stay on the other side of this middle pillar so they can't destroy you, because they do very powerful shock attacks. And these are environmental hazards, so they can come in between rounds. They can come in at pretty much any time. Alright, so and eventually their shields will come down like this one's just did, and then you can finish it off. So it's mostly just a waiting game. You want to kill them as fast as you can, but if they do get their shields up, just wait it out. There's no huge rush on killing them because they can't damage you while you're on the other side of this middle pillar here. The Dwarven Spheres are probably the most dangerous of the trash mobs. They shoot arrows and sometimes they'll launch electrical attacks at you. Pretty easy to avoid, but generally just worth focusing first. These mini bosses or named mobs here are also reasonably dangerous. They just kind of have a lot of health. Other than that, there's not much to them. See, that one got its shields up right before I managed to kill it. So now I'm going to have to deal with 2 sentries, and if you just let them pile up, you'll eventually get them all the way around. So I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to go kill this sentry before it locks in. And make sure I'm keeping track of their shields and killing them when they're down. Dwarven spiders are really not that dangerous at all. You want to keep moving so that they can't do too much damage to you, because they kind of mob you. But as long as you keep moving and drop AoE around you, they'll die. So that's the electrical attack. That's actually pretty dangerous for the spheres. But if you can manage to keep them together and stay alive, it's pretty easy to AoE them down. If not, you can just focus one. And if you're going to put down ground AoE and fight around an area, you should put it around where the healers and the long-ranged mobs are. Because this melee guy is just going to follow you wherever you go, so you might as well kill everybody at once. And he doesn't really do that much damage either. You just kind of want to avoid his heavy attacks and block those, like that. So here's the boss. This is something I didn't know until pretty recently, is that you can just stand underneath him and he can't hit you while he's moving. So like I was trying to range him down with like my Stam Blade when I used to use that for vMA. But if you just stand underneath him, you can just literally kill him without him doing anything. You have to kind of keep an eye out for sentries, although they're really not that important in this stage. It's best just to focus the boss down. Every now and then he'll stop like this, in which case you have to move out from underneath him and mobs will spawn. You kind of want to stay near him, because if you go too far from the spider, he'll launch that fire like this right here, these mortars coming at you. But he'll eventually stop and then go back into his moving phase, in which case you can just finish up any mobs you left behind or continue to focus the boss. As you can see, this is a really quick fight. He's already at 20%. I don't have an execute or anything, and I'm still just burning this guy. And then when he's at execute range, you just want to focus the boss, like ignore the enemies around. Thanks.